Let's check out Moto Guzzi's retro runner, the V7 Café Classic. From a distance, there's no doubt that this Guzzi is designed to quench the thirst for some of you who yearn for that late 50s period when British rockers would boast of topping the ton. The difference here is the V7 Café Classic is a modern piece, thanks to its blend of both old and new. For instance, the engine is a 90-degree air-cooled V-twin, but it's also fuel-injected and sports a shaft final drive. Up front, there's an old-school 40mm fork with a new-school 320mm disc, while out back, the retro dual-chrome shocks are mounted to an alloy swing arm. So as I said earlier, the Guzzi certainly looks the part of a vintage cafe racer, but given that it's brand new, does it conduct itself accordingly? Helping us out this week is Motorcycle Experience contributor Paul Connert.
Well, Paul, I have to say, when you rolled up this morning, I was rubbing my eyes because I thought, man, he's on something from the late 60s, early 70s. I mean, what a time machine.
It is a retro motorcycle, but it has all new technology. And when you first asked me to ride this bike, you know, a Moto Guzzi, I picked it up. It wasn't what I thought at all. This is a very high quality build from front to back. And I guess we should start with the motor.
Absolutely. I mean, that V90's been around for decades. You know, when you see a Guzzi and you see that motor, you know right away what you're talking about. You're talking about air-cooled technology, right?
Yep, it's throttle bodies, air-cooled, 750cc motor. It's a V90 twin. It has about 50 horsepower, but lots of torque. I mean, we came down from Toronto today at highway speeds, 120 and a little more sometimes. Yeah. But no issues at all. Very comfortable, very smooth all the way down. Quite a nice power plant. And for those people who like to work on bikes themselves, the oil filter and oil, you can easily change the oil on your own, things like that. It's very accessible.
Right. So we've got the V here. We've got the transmission, 5-speed?
5-speed transmission, and I would say it's a superior transmission. Very smooth, very easy to find neutral, and fifth gear is quite high.
What about the brakes? Clearly, these are not the old shoes, right?
These are not the old shoes. These are actually brakes that work. These are Brembo brakes, top of the line. It comes with braided lines.
Right.
It's fingertip control on your brakes, front and rear. You know, it's very easy to ride.
Now, Paul, I remember riding one of my friend's Guzzis back in the late 70s, and it was a big, heavy lump, and it was great in a straight line, but not so good in the corners. This looks like they've really lightened it up.
It's less than 400 pounds dry weight.
Incredible.
And so, therefore, the handling is, I mean, it's fabulous. It goes into corners. It's got great rubber on it. It really is very light on its feet. And it's light. It's a light motorcycle to handle.
When I climbed on it, you know, it's just got that great cafe retro feel to it. You know, you feel like you're going to top the ton kind of thing. But when you look around the bike, that's when things really take off because you realize everything has been touched.
They have paid enormous attention to detail, huge attention to detail. You've got billet aluminum here on the gas tank. You've got chrome and stainless steel bolts all over the bike. You've got chrome mirrors, the chrome cluster on the front. You've got chrome valve covers and front to rear, chrome shocks, the chrome spoked wheels. It's just, they've paid attention to every detail on the bike, and you don't have to add anything extra to it. I especially love the handlebars and the angle of the handlebars. Yeah. And to go along with the handling, it's very comfortable to ride. As I said, we rode down from Toronto today. Yeah. Very comfortable seat all the way down, and no issues whatsoever.
Overall?
Well, I'd give it very high marks. And as I said, they've paid huge attention to detail. It gets excellent gas mileage, by the way, as well. About 50 miles a gallon for those of us from the old school, and about 4 liters per 100 kilometers for the new school. Yeah. Everything is functional. The headlight's bright. The mirrors are functional. You know, who would buy this bike?
That's my question. Who's going to buy this bike?
The person who would buy this bike is someone who's getting back into motorcycling after a number of years and is looking for someone who's different, who's looking for a different kind of ride. It's a very classy bike, excellent for around town and for day trips.
Well, it was very easy working with you again. Nice to see you down here in the county. What a gorgeous day.
Thank you very much, Dave, and as always, it was an honor and a pleasure.
Wonderful.